Hello, welcome back to episode 4. Can you believe this is the 4th time? I can't believe it myself. This is the 4th episode. I am calling them episodes now because I'm tentatively thinking about jumping off and maybe starting something called F52TV. So I'll be sort of expanding on this idea and maybe getting some other magicians involved. But more about that later. Let's get on with this week's episode and who won last week's competition to win Forrest 3 plus these other 2 DVDs, and there were downloads and everything to be won, and the winner is this guy. Well done, you were picked at random, and all you had to do was to choose which of the 3 effects on this DVD you thought was your favourite and email me, and this guy did that and he won. And I also said that 10 downloads would go to some runners-up, and I think I said at the time that whichever was the most popular. The most popular, as it turns out, the most popular effect was called the Forrest Triumph, the card effect, where the cards get mixed face up and face down. Second place was Idiom, and last place was Positive Thinking, the coin effect. But it was very close. I mean, there were marginal votes between each one. So I said that whichever the most popular was, the 10 runners-up would win. But I'll change that now and say whichever one you actually voted for, then that's the one you receive. That seems fair, right? That you receive the one you think is the best. So the 10 runners-up, I don't know how I'm going to get 10 names on this screen, but we'll manage it somehow. Here you all are, all 10 of you. Well done. Ta-da! All 10 of you on the screen now. Want a free download? Well done. Okay, moving on, I want to talk about a new competition. These competitions seem to be quite popular, so I'll keep running them. I've had a number of requests asking, please do a competition for Encased, please do Encased as a competition. So you asked for it, and here it is. You can win the Encased DVD. Comes with gimmicks and 5 complete routines. What do you have to do to win? Simple. All you have to do is visit that there are 2 demos of Encased on YouTube. And all you have to do is visit both, like both videos, and then leave a comment on both videos. The links are on the screen right now. So to win a free copy of Encased, winners announced same day next week, Thursday next week. Yeah, just go and watch the 2 demos, like both videos, and comment on both videos. Lots of luck. Alright, so last week I said we would learn a new trick, and that's exactly what we're going to do. One of my favourite tricks of all time. It's called One Wild Animal. It's very straightforward. Do this for real people. They freak out, I promise you. So let's have a look. This is One Wild Animal. Okay, so this trick uses 3 cards. They're usually seen in pairs, these cards, but I have 3 of them. I'll show you what they are in just a moment. We'll leave them over here for the time being. And then 3 cards are selected, and here they are. In this case, they are 3 9s. 999. Call the fuzz. Somebody called the fuzz. So we've placed the 3 9s back in the centre of the pack, just like so. Square them in. Do all that stuff. Give the deck a cut. And yeah, so the idea is I'm going to use the 3 cards that I showed you. Now, you might like to try and hazard a guess what they might be at this stage, but you'll never get it because, like I said, they're usually seen in pairs. All right, and they might look all the same on the back, but the faces actually all look the same as well. They are 3 jokers, but they're wild jokers, the type that like to party and go to strip clubs and stuff like that. So we'll take the first one like this, and he's a bit of a master of disguise. I'll give him a shake like that, and he starts to look like one of the selected cards. See, the second joker here, similar type of thing. He's in disguise at the moment. He's just a quick change act. He becomes another one of the selections. It's relatively reasonably good. And here's the last joker here. Similar type of thing. He actually instantly becomes the next selection. That's all 3 cards found using 3 wild jokers. Alright, so let's talk about the explanation for One Wild Animal. It's pretty straightforward. You just need to learn a back-to-back colour change, and I'm going to teach you the Twirl Change in a moment, which is one of the best in my opinion. You only need to have 1 joker in the pack. Now here's what I would do ordinarily. The joker would be somewhere in there. Just before the trick, you're going to run through And when you spot that joker, just cull it to the rear, alright, or just move it to the back of the deck. You don't need to cull it, you can just cut the deck at that point. And then what I'm going to do is, when no one's looking, I'm going to palm that card into my pocket. I'm just going to stick it in a pocket and leave it in there. And then when it comes to this trick, you're ready to go. So you can go into this completely impromptu, alright? It's worth remembering. So basically you start with a joker in your right hand pocket. Alright, we'll leave it here. Oh, nah, it's probably out of shot, but we'll leave it here. And now you have 3 cards, completely free choices. Alright, and it's worth mentioning also at this point the spectator can shuffle the cards. You know, and 3 cards are selected, and again we'll represent the 3 selections with these 3 9s. Now what you need to do is control all 3 cards back to the top of the pack, and if you want various methods to do that, check out the last episode, episode 3, where I teach 3 ways of controlling cards. The method I used in performance is not mine to teach, unfortunately, but it is a brilliant handling of an older force. I'm sort of forgetting things at the minute, by John Bannon. So it's kind of a simplification of a multiple shift, alright, and it basically controls the 3 cards back to the top. And you can check, I believe it's Dear Mr. Fantasy, John Bannon's book, if you want to know the exact modus operandi there. Okay, so you get the 3 cards back to the top. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about the fact that I have 3 cards in my pocket, but these cards are usually found in pairs, alright? And that gets people thinking a little bit. There's 3, but they're usually in pairs, and it's enough time for you to go in and bring out this one joker, but bring it out like this. Alright, now speaking of John Bannon, John Bannon refers to this as edge consciousness, alright, and it's quite a good way of putting it, because what he's basically saying is, if you're going to pass off one card as 3, don't be holding it like this and give them a chance to see that it's too thin, right? This could be as much as 6 cards really, couldn't it, because you can't see the front. Anyway, what you're going to do is, with this one card, well, you see they're usually found in pairs, you know, blah blah blah, you're going to come over. I've taken a break beneath the top 2 cards, incidentally. You come over, very quickly pick those 2 cards up, and then immediately peel them into a little fan like this. Alright, so let me show you that again. We've got the joker in the pocket, and this is the sort of timing that you're looking for, right? You're going to come out with this out your pocket and go like this. See, I've got 3 cards in my pocket. So it looks like these 3 cards here are the ones that you had in your pocket. What these actually are 2 selections and a joker, and of course they're now in reverse order because you reverse counted them. So here we are with 3 cards, and what I tend to say is, and these are actually 3 jokers, and while the backs may all look the same, the faces, as though they're going to look different, and I do a frustration count here, well actually the faces all look the same as well, alright? And it just takes a bit of heat off the frustration count. So to tell you what the frustration count is, it's a John Hammond move. You show the bottom card, peel the top one, show the bottom, peel the top, show the bottom. Alright, it's quite a disarming and old move, but it's very cool. You say, while the backs may all look the same, actually sorry, let me get that timing right. So while the backs might all look the same, the faces, oh actually the faces all look the same as well, but not for long. Alright, so you've apparently removed 3 jokers from your pocket. That's what you've done. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this one here, and as I take this one I'm going to keep a break beneath it, and then I'm going to place this joker on top. And now I'm going to use the twirl change. So basically what I've done there is I have a break under this one and under this one, so I have a break under a back-to-back double. And this allows you a back-to-back colour change, like the twirl change, which is great. You're going to pick up at these 2 index corners between middle finger and thumb. Middle finger and thumb between these 2, and you're going to shake. And when you shake, you're going to turn it round, alright? So you're going to shake. Notice this, index corners. If you're a lefty, it's going to be the blank corners. But for me, you pick it up your right hand, middle finger, thumb, shake. And this finger here, the ring finger, can push on that corner to start it. And this one can reach over and pull it all the way over. Alright, so that's the twirl change. You're going to shake, and as you shake, it's going to change. Alright? Like that. And now you place this back down, and you lift off a single. So it's quite economical, that's the first selection. And then you're going to say the second joker but of course that's the same Joker again. You're going to push off, and as you turn it over, take a break under the next card down. The second Joker also with just a shake changes, you see, into the next selection. And the third Joker, and this is what I say, this is what I mean when I say it's economical. You're using this one Joker over and over again, and the way you've set it up, they should believe there are 3 Jokers, so this makes sense, right? You're going to, again, I'm taking a break under the next one as I'm turning this one over. And you might want to vary the colour change a little bit here, you know, give it a little bit of something different. Whatever you choose to do is up to you. Finally, I would palm this Joker off and hand the deck out and say, see if you can find those 3 Jokers. If you know, and the nice thing is, you know, sorry, let me go back. I wouldn't ever challenge anyone, you know, I would see if you can find the Jokers. But the nice thing is if you palm this top one off, all right, and then you hand out the deck, then they may start looking for the Jokers, but they're never going to find them because there was only one to begin with, and it's now in your palm, which can then be deposited in the pocket, and you're reset to go again. It's called One Wild Animal for good reasons. There's only one card involved, you know, and it's a sort of wild card routine where this card keeps changing into selections. So there you have it. It's an old favourite of mine. It's called One Wild Animal. So there you have it. That was One Wild Animal. Good trick, right? Nice colour change. Sort of bonus this time because you learnt a move as well. Maybe you weren't familiar with the Twirl Change. Now you know how it's done. So there you go. One Wild Animal. I do hope you like it. Moving on, I want to give some shout outs, alright? First of all, I want to shout out to one of my subscribers. This guy has subscribed to my videos from day one, almost. You know, long before most of you. He's been there from the very beginning, and his name is MagicJ89, and he's a great magician. He does a lot of my material on YouTube. He performs my stuff, you know, in the streets and stuff, and in shopping malls and stuff like that. I think one of them's at a skate park and stuff. I mean, he's actually out doing it for real people and filming it, and he puts it on his channel, and he does that with some of my stuff as well as other magicians. But there's a lot of my stuff on there. Do check out MagicJ89's channel and subscribe to him. He puts a lot of work into what he does, and I think he does a great job. And like I say, he's been a subscriber of mine since as long as I can remember. So big up yourself, J-Man. Nicely done. And I also want to just mention this. He never asked me to give him a shout out or anything, but I spent far too much of my Monday afternoon watching the YouTube channel of Eric Leclerc. And Eric Leclerc is a Canadian magician, and I stumbled upon this YouTube channel the other day, and I have to tell you, I just couldn't get enough. What Eric is doing is he is doing a video every single day for a year, which already is worth going to check out, because frankly, doing one video a week, I find it stressful to have to worry about doing this video once a week. He's doing a video every single day for a year. I think we're away into the day 200 odd, but they're all still there for you to watch. He's very funny, very magical. There's lots of variety. You know, sometimes he's out doing shows, he's got the camera with him. You need to check it out. And in particular, one of my favourites was where he sort of parodies Chris Angel. And I think it's one of the funniest videos I've seen in a long time. So it's called The Leclerc Show by Eric Leclerc. Eric, funny stuff. Everyone else, go check it out, and don't forget to subscribe. So no doubt a lot of you watch the Wizard product review. It's a very popular channel on YouTube, and yesterday one of the Full 52's products was reviewed. Yay, Full 52! And it was the Light by Chris Congreve. Some of you may remember that one of these was a prize. I think it was in the first episode actually. Somebody did win the Light by Chris Congreve. Well, it was reviewed over at the Wizard product review by Dave and Craig, and well, it did pretty good. It got a pretty good review. In fact, it was given the coveted Worker of the Week award. So why don't you go and check out the review for yourself? You'll actually get to see Craig Petty performs it on the show, and it's a good review. So check it out, Chris Congreve, The Light. Okay, so next week we'll do another trick, or unless somebody, you know, sends me a message about anything in particular, we'll learn another trick. Why not, right? You can never have too much material in your arsenal. and so we'll do that next week. And and hopefully I'll be able to give you a bit more information about my expansion plans. I really plan on making this a bigger thing with maybe other people involved, and a bit more variety in terms of content. So more on that next week. Okay, so thanks for watching once again. I am Dave Forrest for Full52.com. I will see you next time.